And I'm here so excited today. I have with me one of my favorite graduates, which, I never say it, but, you know, I just love Christiana. Christiana Melodias is here with us, and she's going to share her remarkable journey in Global Academy of Coaching. Welcome, Christiana. How are you?
Hi, Jill. Hi. Hi, my favorite teacher. Nice to
Christiana,
be with you.
it is. It's amazing. And thank you for this interview. It's been about a year, a little bit more than a year. Then we had our first discussion, our first talk, and you were considering to become a life coach. And I will never forget that you mentioned to me, that you are an HR, a very established HR professional. You love your work, and you were, asking me, how would it be, because you know that I was already in the past, I was working in the human resources department
Yeah.
as an HR manager. So you were asking me, how is it? How was your change? Did you change? How were your thoughts? Blah, blah, blah. And now it's 1 year after.
Mm-hmm.
And
A
I've
bit more.
seen, yeah, a little bit more. I've seen your remarkable growth. And I would like you, if we can, if we can go back in time and just share with me when you started Global Academy of Coaching, how was your life? What was going on?
Okay, that's a very good question. So basically, as you know, I've started, I think it was before the second lockdown or something. It was in the middle of the pandemic and so on. So we already had that happening. It was in October 2020, so it was already in the pandemic. Um, and I was at a stage in my life when I was reconsidering what am I doing with my career. I do love my job, and I am established in Cyprus where I am. It's been 20 years that I do what I do, and I do love it. But at some point after 20 years, you're thinking, okay, so will I be doing this for the rest of my life? Do I want to be doing this for the rest of my life? So before joining Global, I used to have a professional coach myself, who was coaching me for many months. And one of the things that we did was the test, the personality test, in order to see what would suit me for future career prospects. And one of the things was coaching. So I was always into psychology and things like that. And I thought, okay, why not? So that's how it started for me. But the truth is that I was going through a very difficult time in my life as well. And you know that I am very expressive. So I did express a few things in our live sessions. Um, okay, I think I feel like a I won't say completely different person, because I don't think I'm a different person, but the state where I am right now, and mentally, or at least mentally, in the sense of in my confidence, and the way I view the future and the way I enjoy my life right now, is like, I don't know, 10 times different than when I started the academy. And one of the things that I think I owe to the academy is that, um, through the course, I came a lot in touch with myself. I did understand myself a lot better. And I also went through a personal path of self-improvement. And I am sure that it's a lot related with the academy, because it gave me a motivation, and it gave me a boost, let's say, to see, that, okay, things are not just what I have now. It can be something different. It can be something where I can be more creative. I can help people. I mean, really essentially help people. So it gave me a hope and the prospect of life in ways that it made me feel better with myself and as well, and enjoy life better.
Uh-huh. So I hear it's incredible because I hear that you started in the middle of the pandemic, which was a very big shift. You know, everybody was going through major shifts. You were, you wanted, something to at least to examine a shift in your career, at least to examine a
Mhm.
shift in your career. You were going through challenges in your personal life, and you feel that now you have the capacity to deal with things at least 10 times in a better way because
Mhm.
of studying in order to become a life coach. And you have made all these shifts, and why do you believe you made them? So what happened in Global Academy of Coaching and supported you make these shifts, Christiana?
I think one of the things that happened is because, again, it happened during the pandemic where we were all isolated. We spent a lot of time on our own at our houses. And, you may be saying that the academy is something that becomes like a family eventually. But for us, I think it really was that. It really became that because we connected in a way that I don't think, and you know best because you have the academy, so you know better if what I'm saying is true or not. But it was in such different circumstances where we were all going through our own thing, where we did commit a lot to what we were doing with the academy. For me, it became like a priority. And I don't know if that has to do with the pandemic or with my own passion about what we were doing with the academy, because it really became a priority for me. I mean, we were supposed to do so many hours of coaching for the course. I think I exceeded that by double of what was
More
needed.
than double. You exceeded more than double.
That's how much I really think it was much more.
Yeah.
Um, so it really became a goal. I am not sure if it was the method of the academy that, also helped for us to feel all that. I think it was a combination of things.
Definitely.
And I think it was also something that I really wanted and felt connected to as well. But the method used by the academy as well, I think, really made us feel that connection with the whole process.
Yeah, yeah. And Christiana, when you started, I remember we had this discussion. Did you have the money and the time to do it, the certification?
Okay, the certification was something that was supported by my organization as well, but only half of it. So the truth is that I did have to, you know, dedicate an amount of money to this personal money that I was not planning. I mean, it was something that I decided last minute. I don't know if you know the story before I registered, but it was something that I wasn't planning to. So it was an extra cost for me. Time-wise, no. Time-wise, I was like, I work full time. I have a managerial position. It's a very demanding position. I'm a mother. I'm a single mother, basically. I'm taking care of all my responsibilities on my own. So it was really getting out of my comfort zone in any aspect.
In all
Um,
the aspects. Yeah, yeah. And Christiana, if you had to pick three things that you learned from the Global Academy of Coaching Leadership certification, what would be those three things that really, feel that they stand out for you?
okay, the first thing that comes to mind is listening. I think that my listening skills have improved a lot because it's one of the number one skills that we learn. And again, I think it has to do with the process and the method used by the academy as well. Because you really, I mean, in the live sessions, we mostly listen. We have to listen, and it becomes like part of who we are slowly, which is, for me, that's beautiful, because people usually mostly talk than listen, and listen to talk most of the times. But with these sessions, we really had to learn to listen, because you need to also respect the person that is speaking, and you're not going to comment or say something in return. So it's just listening. So that was one of the things that I learned. The other one is how to be in the most essential and genuine way, accepting to other people's, whatever is going on with them. And it's something that I discovered for myself. I was amazed um, how I was indeed, open to whatever my coaches would say. And for me, it would be fine.
Yeah.
Regardless of how I felt about what they were saying, I did have the capacity to stay objective and just focus on what their concerns were. So this is another thing that I learned, which I think is very, very, very good. What is the third thing? I think one of the things that had to happen to me, which was a weakness that I had, was how to better manage my time, because I had so many things going on at the same time, with the coaching and the sessions and the lives and everything, that I had to become more skillful in better organizing my own time. And yes, basically understanding that you can do much more than what you think you can do. So I guess these are the three things that come automatically.
Beautiful. So it's active listening, being a soundboard of trust so that other people can really trust you, whatever they feel, without judgment.
Mm-hmm.
I think, in one word, we could call it empathy, but in a much wider, you know,
Mm.
understanding, which I think is one of the main feelings and capabilities that lack in the world this time, which is full of judgment and, duality. And the third one was time management. I love, these three that you have picked. I really love it. And I can definitely see them, how they have transformed you. Christiana, now, do you work as a coach? What's going on?
I keep being active in coaching. Okay, you know that I'm already doing the ACC, so also for the
Wow, this is huge. This is
yes.
huge. Congratulations.
So
So you're going to become an accredited certified coach. This is huge.
I'm hoping, I'm hoping, yes. So I do have around 5 to 6 coaches.
Wow.
I do have some paid arrangements with 2, and I think a third one now. So I'm
Yes.
starting to slowly, start getting paid arrangement as well, because up to now it was pro bono mostly. So yes, I do keep doing it. And as you know, it's something that I want to keep in my life. I
Of
can't
course.
stop.
I love this. I love this. Of course, you in your life. And Christiana, what would you like to say to someone, that thinks to study in order to become a life coach? They're thinking about Global Academy. They don't have the resources, money or time. What would you say to someone?
um, if they don't have the resources, that first of all, when you really want to make something happen, there is always a way to do it. Um, to to be positive and think of the future and the benefits that you will gain out of that, that we need to invest in ourselves, that, you know, regardless of what the reason that you are doing it, at the end of the day, it's something that even if you don't at the end of the day use it as a professional, it's so rewarding. And you come so much in touch with yourself, and you learn yourself, that it's a very rewarding experience, and to just go for it. And there are ways to you can find the ways to make it happen.
Yeah, beautiful. And for someone who's thinking of studying in another certification, what would you say to them?
You mean in coaching?
Yeah,
To
yeah,
uh, that to go ahead and do it, because it's, for me, it was important to not let a gap between, you know, the first certification with the second. I wanted to continue in order to not have a gap, I didn't want to stop being a coach. So for me, it was a way to continue doing the coachings.
the ACC.
Uh, uh, yeah. So yeah, I would highly recommend that they do so.
Good, good, good. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you. I'm sure that you supported, you helped a lot of people to clarify some things that are going in their head. And Cristiano, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you thrive as a coach. You already have started. So now it's just the beginning. And I'm looking forward, to see you shine even more.
Thank you, Jill, and thank you for everything. I've said it many times. You've been an amazing example for us, and I say it and I mean it. And I just admire you. So thank you very much for everything and for
Thank you.
making this happen for us.
Thank you, Cristiano. Thank you.
Okay.